About 2 months ago, a clip came up on my TikTok and I scrolled right past it. But that clip was stuck in my head for days. It was just so different to everything else there is on the internet at the minute. And I don't know, I couldn't stop thinking about it. Yet little did I know that that clip is from what I believe to be one of the greatest shows there is on YouTube at the minute. The clip was from the channel Entering Slough, and oh my god, it might have been, oh, I don't know, it was like I struck gold, okay? It was, what a legendary find. So yes, insert the clip, Sid.
Do you know how many jobs I have to work? Do you? So many. So many.
So what's that one?
Maybe one day when you have a family, you'll understand.
World of Slough is what I can best describe as a mockumentary-esque series. It follows a London journalist around Slough, just essentially documenting his time in Slough, seeing what Slough's about. However, it's nothing like that at all really. There's wizards, scary men, Power Rangers, plot armor knights, fourth wall breaks, pegging for only 20 quid as well. I mean, who wouldn't? £20? I mean, it's not too bad. I try to say that clip about 4 times. I'm going to put all the takes up on screen right now at once. I thought that was quite funny. Pegging for only 20 quid as well. I mean, who wouldn't? But this series is phenomenal. I mean, to quickly release my inner film nerd, the colour grading is beautiful. It's just really well done. It adds an immense amount to the show. The lighting as well is also very good. I mean, even down to the props that they made. They made a giant Lost Mary. Like, what the hell? The first episode opens up with a new segment where we already get a tiny little taste of what this series is about to offer, as we see a girl get kidnapped by a pink Power Ranger. Here is where we're also introduced to the protagonist of the show, the journalist. At least I believe this is the protagonist. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's the protagonist, okay? As well as the cashier, who is a personal favourite character of mine. I think the actor's really funny. Great man. And the schoolgirl, the same one who also got kidnapped right at the start of the episode. By the way, after rewatching episode 1 quite a few times, I've only now just realised you can see the top of the cashier's head at the start. I found that really funny. I'm pretty sure they've done that on purpose because, off the top of my head this is, when the girl walks in, you can see her like look up very slowly as he like rises. So yeah, I thought that was quite cool. I remember first watching this episode, the first half really made me think, what the fuck am I watching? But in a really good way, by the way. Not like, what the fuck is this shit? More like, what the fuck, man, this is so cool. No, nothing like that. More like, what the fuck is going on? My head spun. But yeah, the first half of this is like, I wasn't expecting it, okay? Remember, all I've seen at this point was that TikTok clip. So all of this, I was like, what the hell? I think this episode has some of the funniest moments in the show so far. The Magnum scene, I just need to glaze the hell out of that, okay? The Magnum scene is really funny. I remember when I showed it to my friend, I really had to point out that scene, to make sure that he got it. I thought it was really clever.
What can I get you?
Oh, I can't quite put my finger on it. Oh, silly me. Just a Magnum, please. You know, the kind my mummy doesn't let me have. Thank you.
Oh yeah, and after the girl does leave the shop with her brand new gun, she yet again gets kidnapped by the same pink Power Ranger. It sort of reminded me of like Bowser and Princess Peach. Obviously the Power Ranger being Bowser, the girl being Peach, and I guess the journalist is being Mario. And maybe the shopkeeper is secretly Luigi. I don't know. After witnessing whatever the hell that was, the journalist still decided to get his nut bar, which he got ID'd for, okay? Poor guy.
What can I get you, sir?
Just this nut bar, please.
ID?
ID?
Did I stutter?
But these last few minutes of the episode is really where the absurdity starts to take off. The cashier suddenly has clones of himself all over the shop, which the journalist can actually see and he's talking to. So this isn't just like for special effects for us watching. This is actually happening. The payment machine is the cashier's hand, which actually accepts Apple Pay. So I mean, hey, at least he's with the times. And they talk about things that only a family man could understand. However, I'm not a family man, so I unfortunately couldn't understand them. But it was something like, I had a lot of fun doing that. But yeah, unfortunately I can't understand this ancient language yet, so I ain't really too sure what that meant. But then to end off the first episode, we get introduced to, I'll call him the man at the minute, I don't actually know his name. To be honest, at first I thought his name was Slough. Oh, fun theory there. His name could be Slough, entering this scary man. But I'm assuming that this man is the antagonist of the whole show. He's on all the profile pictures. He's the main guy, okay? He's the big scary villain. I mean, I can't lie, he seems like a pretty bad guy. He's coming for people's wives. I mean, not very respectful, is he? But hey, it's only episode 1. I doubt we're going to see the man straight away.
Who took the bomb?
We saw the bloody man. We saw the big scary man. Mate, they are in danger. But who is he? We got an idea until we watch episode 2. I've already watched it, but until we rewatch it. So I'm going to now watch episode 2. But first, my closing thoughts for the episode. It's amazing, okay? I remember first watching it, I genuinely thought, why did I not make this first episode? It's really, really well made. It's really funny. There's so many funny one-liners. The actors are very, very good. I think everybody knew what they was doing. I just think it's an actual work of art. Everybody's doing their job brilliantly. It's just everything you look for. It's funny. It's mental. It looks really good. I don't want to make this whole part glazing the first episode, but it is a very good episode. And I can't lie, the whole point of this video is to just glaze the show, so I might as well. Glaze as well. What a funny word, glaze. I've never really used that before. But I think episode 1 really, it's a great first episode. It shows you what the show's about. It shows you it's not going to be a normal show. But I don't know, okay? Episode 1, definitely go and watch it. It is brilliant. I mean, I hope that you've watched the whole show before you watch this video, because there are spoilers. I'm going to add a spoiler warning at the start as well. But anyway, let me stop going on, and let's get into episode 2 of Entering Slough. But I've got to say, the mentalness of the show goes from like here to there, okay? It increases tenfold. Tenfold as well. I've never even used that word before. What is with all these fancy words? It's because I wrote it down. There's a script right there I've sort of been following, and I use the word tenfold, and I was quite happy with that. Right, episode 2.
Hello.
Just quickly, before we get into it, I have to point out that the way he wrote the P just there in underpass is probably the most unique way I've ever seen a P get written. I just watched it back and I was quite fascinated by it. Also, obviously, it's a new day. It's like 2 days later. My top has changed. I'm wearing a lovely mum jeans top. I'm actually on the way to a work meeting. It's work training, but I thought I'll quickly try to record this bit before I leave. So the episode starts off not too strange. The journalist enters the underpass. Well, quickly actually, I'd like to add that the journalist's name is Clive. I found that out halfway through this episode. I'll get into that a bit later though. So yeah, for the remainder of the video, I'm going to be calling him Clive instead of his occupation name. So yeah, Clive goes down into the underpass where he bumps into a prostitute. Lucky guy. Also, that's not me shaming this person, by the way. However, they are offering a list of sexual favours. But no, in the credits, they are also what's the word? They're also called a prostitute in the credits, okay? So blame the credits. Also, I did check the phone number on the list of sexual favours, and unfortunately, it doesn't work. I don't know, I thought there might be like a little Easter egg there or something, but no, there wasn't. That's a good idea though. Hey, Slough, if you're watching, add that. But here's where the episode really starts to take off and starts to stand out. As Clive goes around the corner, he witnesses a prostitute getting mugged by a crackhead. And then we see this. I'm just going to play the clip in full instead of trying to explain it, because it's quite mad.
It was at this moment that Clive had reached a particular crossroads to either continue his life as a meek, good-for-nothing coward, or rise to the occasion and emerge as our beloved hero.
What the hell was that? We got like a voice of God coming down, narrating what's going on. Once again, first watching this, I was so confused. After watching episode 1, I was not expecting this at all. We also got some really cool freeze frame shots as well. Once again, a whole new shot type which we haven't seen. But just with that narrator, a whole new layer of the series has opened up. Like, who is the narrator? Is he canon to the show? Is he the scary man? Is he affecting what's going on? Is he God? Is he the series' type of God? Who is the narrator? Please, I want answers. But yeah, where the first episode was a lot of still shots, it was a lot of the... It was very mad, but it was a lot of the same madness. This one, like, it's already took it up a massive level. So yeah, Clive decides to run away and continue his life as a meek, good-for-nothing coward. But the narrator comes in yet once again and stops Clive by using plot armor knights. I mean, that is one way to keep the story going. A lot of shows will just ignore the whole idea of plot armor. They'll let their main characters survive the impossible and not mention it at all. But no, this show makes plot armor a big thing, okay? It's very self-aware. It knows Clive, we can't let Clive die, okay? Clive has to keep on going. He is the hero. And they do just that using plot armor knights, and I think it's brilliant. So yeah, Clive has no other choice but to rise to the occasion and fend off this crackhead, where we get this epic fighting scene. But we come to find out that Clive is actually a very, very strong man, because first of all, he endured all of that, and then it took him only one punch to take down the crackhead. Yet, none of that was as it seems. Are you shocked? Are you shocked by that? I wasn't. I was, but now I think, why? Why was I shocked? Because the crackhead wasn't even a crackhead, okay? He's one of the crew members. He's literally one of Clive's co-workers. If that doesn't make sense to you, because it doesn't sound like it should make sense, this next scene should make even less sense. I think I'll just play the clip instead of me trying to explain it.
Cut. Clive, what the fuck? You're not supposed to actually hit him. I'm so sorry. Are you guys part of my report? Yes. Yeah, you're about to not be if you keep assaulting my cast like that.
I mean, what the hell was going on, okay? That was an ultimate fourth wall break. By the way, that is the actual production team of the show. I believe the man is the director, and I believe the woman is... I believe she's definitely in something part of production. I don't know, that's just so cool. That's like a cheeky little Stanley cameo. But that fourth wall break, like, what does it mean? I honestly have no idea, okay? I don't know what it could mean. I have my ideas, but I've got nothing dead set. And that's mainly because of what happens next. The scary man is a cult leader. Who could have guessed? Yeah, I saw that in the credits. At the end, by the way, quickly, at the end of every single show, they'll show the credits of the actors and the characters. That's where I've been getting most of the characters from. And I just didn't realise that he was a cult leader until just now. It seems as if, though, that the cult leader isn't a part of the fourth wall or the crew either, as the crew could literally see him. I mean, the poor girl's terrified. He even done the unthinkable, and the cult leader killed the director, which I believe is the first death in the Slough series, as he kicks the director in the balls, and then his balls come out of his mouth. Okay, it's quite a graphic scene, and the cult leader doesn't just stop there. To further solidify how evil he is, he rips out the intestines of the crackhead as well as his heart, which he then eats. So yeah, this man's insane. But I don't think I should even call him a man. I think he's some kind of like super entity of some sorts, because he also then vanishes away, which is also how he appears. If you've noticed, he'll always what's the word? He'll always like fade into existence. He'll just appear out of nowhere. So I don't know. I don't think he's human. I definitely do not think he's human. But then for the plot twist of the century to end off the episode, we see that the cashier, he's a pimp. But then that leaves the question, is that even the cashier? Is it one of his clones? Does he have a twin? Who is this man? Okay, that's just another thing this series does so well. But yeah, this episode has a lot to unpack. I want to start off with the two new characters, the prostitute and the pimp. At the end, the pimp does say to the prostitute again, and this was after the cult leader went bloody mental. So yeah, I guess that's implying that this isn't the first time it's happened. The pimp and the prostitute have clearly experienced this before. They've encountered the cult leader before, and they've seen what he's done. So yeah, I wonder if they're working with him. I don't know what's going on. I do believe that this episode will be one of the more iconic out of the series. There's only 3 episodes out at the minute. I do believe that there's going to be 6 episodes in total, but this episode just really stood itself apart from episode 1. Even episode 3, obviously I've watched it, so I don't want to spoil it yet because we're going to get into it. But even from that episode, it's very, very different. It leans more into the surreal aspect of the show, and I think it's definitely going to be the series' genre-defining episode, and it sort of sets up the rest of the series to be as mental as they want it to be. I think the purpose of this episode was to show how mental the cult leader is, but mainly to show us that we have no idea what to expect from the rest of the series, and that literally anything can happen. We saw so much new stuff in this episode, new shots, new characters, new clips. We saw gore. I mean, I don't know what to expect. But yeah, overall, a very, very good episode once again. I have to quickly glaze the colour grading, as always. And so the whole production of the episode is really, really well done. So yeah, hats off to the production team. And yeah, once again, just this short here, I want to give everybody a minute to appreciate it, because it is just so good. But now, moving on to episode 3. It's actually the fan favourite of the series. I see it on a community post. So yeah, report from the bus stop. Sid, play the clip. This episode opens up with a mother and a daughter, two new characters by the way. There seems to be some type of dispute going on as the mother doesn't approve of her daughter's new boyfriend, or at least she didn't until she found out the true reason why her daughter loves him so much.
Mom, you really don't understand. His dick is just so big.
His knob is just too massive. What a geezer. But like mother, like daughter, this reason for love clearly runs in the family, which gives us this absolutely amazing line from the mum.
Tell me, how many men do you know who are hung like a fucking horse?
4?
Why do you think I'm with your dad?
I love that line. I love that line so much. Every time I listen back to it, I laugh. I laugh all the time. But then plot twist of the century. Once again, the dad is a very, very familiar face, as he is the cashier. Also, as you can probably tell, the top has changed again. It is yet another new day. So yeah, the continuity on this video is straight out the window. But actually, it's my birthday today, and I'm hoping, so come on, big up, bloody 20 now. I'm getting on. But hopefully I can get this video out today. So it's the 21st of July. So that's a little ball mark of when you know I recorded this. And hopefully this will be out by tonight. But anyway, let me stop rambling and let me continue. As we go into the main part of the episode, where we are introduced to a personal favourite character of mine, the Giga Chav. I'm sure you've already watched the series and you know how great this character is. I find the episode to be quite similar to episode 1 in some regard. Especially with like the humour used in it and some of the lines. Like for example, at the start of the episode when the Chav catcalls the Power Ranger. Also, I'm not just calling this character Chav. Once again, that is the actual name of the character in the credits. I swear. And just quickly, for a second time, that Lost Mary, what a sight. That must have about 1 million puffs in it. The whole initial scene between Clive and the Chav just had me smiling throughout the whole thing. The Chav's trying to move to Clive, but I'm not too sure if he's picking up on all the signals. Whoever wrote the script for this part, just a big well done to you. The Chav has so many great one-liners. A few of my favourites being the questionable pronunciation of journalist.
What does like a journalist do then?
And then when she got confused on what a journalist actually does, which is definitely not killing Jewish people.
Oh, like kill Jewish people!
God, no!
I just love how nonchalant Clive is when talking to her. I don't know if nonchalant there is the right word to use. I just mean like the dynamic between the two. They're so opposite, but I think it works so well. I think there's a great relationship to be had right there. But then moving on to the episode, we then see the cashier for about the 100th time with yet again another new job as, I believe, a doctor. After a long hard days at work, the doctor, he finally gets indoors to then find his wife. I mean, this part, it devastates me to say. It might be the saddest part of the series. I might just play the clip. He's been cheated on. And if I'm right, he's been cheated on with the flipping cult leader. This man is pure evil. If we go back to episode 1 quickly, I believe we do hear the cashier say, he's coming for my wife. And he wasn't lying. As the evil man, the cult leader, he's done just that. Yeah, just poor guy. The cashier, I feel for him. He's one of my favourite characters. I can't believe this has happened. Now, bar from the brief Power Ranger cameo at the start, nothing too crazy has happened in this episode. We've had some reoccurring characters like the cashier, we've had some funny moments, but nothing mental has happened. Until right now in the episode.
Greetings, gorgeous. How... If you step on my cape, I'll turn you into a frog. So, how can I be of magical assistance?
There's a wizard. And not just any wizard, a wizard with a flipping amazing personality, okay? That is a Gen Z wizard right there. All the cashier wants is for his wife to be loyal again. That's his one wish to the wizard. So I mean, surely the wizard is going to do exactly that.
Oh fuck.
The spell didn't work. It definitely didn't work. Instead he casted a spell of about 1,000 volts of lightning, which sent her, or turned her, into just ash. And as sad as that scene is, I do find it quite funny. The wizard is just so whimsical, and then comparing that to how distraught the cashier is, having them side by side, I don't know, there's something funny about that, okay? It's like the two opposites between the Chav and Clive, and now you got the wizard and the cashier. Coming up now to the end of the episode, we get this lovely moment between Clive and the Chav. I mean, it's so lovely, even the narrator makes an appearance.
From all of Clive's bizarre encounters in Slough so far, it seems as if this was the moment which most perplexed him.
Also, some of the phrases that the chav uses here to profess her love to Clive they're just brilliant, okay? There's some great one-liners in there. But then finally, to wrap up the episode, the chav leaves the bus stop and instead comes the cashier. Now, one thing I wasn't too sure about in this series is this cashier's characters, like multiple different characters played by the same actor, some kind of like multi-role thing going on, or if the cashier just does have about a million different jobs. But as he sits down at the bus stop, Clive clearly recognises him, which then does answer my question that the cashier is just a top grafter, and he works a lot. He works loads of jobs. One being a pimp as well. And then that there brings us to the end of episode 3, which is unfortunately as well the end of the current series, as there is only 3 episodes out at the minute. However, there is still another 3 to come, okay, which I'm very, very excited for. This episode I really, really loved, and I think it's quite clear why it is the fan favourite. I feel like it really captured the essence of episode 1 quite well, but then really expanded on it, where I found that episode 2 is more like a kind of standalone episode, where they experimented with loads of new like techniques and editing styles. However, to be fair, this episode did also use a lot of new techniques. We got a lot of new characters and just a lot of new stuff in it in general. 2 characters in particular that I really loved was the chav. I think she's great, as well as the wizard. I'd love to see more of him. Please, I hope that both of them do end up getting used in further episodes. Clive's character arc as well, I mean, it's very, very good. We have to talk about this. Episode 1, he was quite shy, he was quite timid. I think even in like the shops, like he was quite hesitant coming up to the cashier. But then in episode 2, while at first he didn't want to run, he didn't want to stand up for nothing, he had no choice, and he done it. He fought off the crackhead. I mean, that takes some courage. And then obviously episode 3 with all the scenes between him and the chav, you know, he's clearly coming up his show a little bit, you know, he's loving Slough a bit more. And right at the end as well, there's quite this wholesome moment where he consoles the cashier. I don't know, I don't think that episode Clive would have done that. I reckon he would have ignored him, walked away or something else, but no, he stayed with the cashier. So yeah, Clive, mate, this character arc, I'm loving it. But yeah, that's really all I have to say on the series so far. As I said, there's only 3 episodes out currently, and we're still waiting for 3 more, and I just can't wait for them to be released. The series finale, I'm really, really excited for. I hope they try to use all the characters from it, or just do some mad thing. The director, Lemmy Zoo, you've made an absolute masterpiece. I'm expecting this man to he's going to do big things, okay? Possibly one of the UK's biggest next directors. But yeah, once again, amazing bloody series. Big up to all the actors, the production team, everybody that played the part in it, well done. I'll definitely be recommending this series to all my friends for ages. And yeah, if you haven't watched it, which you should have by now, because there's been loads of spoilers, then go and watch it, okay? I only went into about half the things that actually happened, but yeah, the episodes are brilliant. So yeah, I don't know how to end off the video, so yeah, go watch Slough, subscribe to this channel please, that would be great, and yeah, goodbye. How do I do an outro? I don't know. I'm gonna end it here.